Ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 days guaranteed to every one of us: the day we are born and the day we die. But what about the dash in between? That small, fragile line carved on a tombstone between those 2 dates. That dash is your time. That dash is your life. And what you do with it, that determines everything. Every dream you have, every opportunity you miss, every relationship you build or destroy. It all happens inside that dash. The question is not how long you live. The question is how well you live the time you've been given. You see, we live in a generation that treats time like it's unlimited. We scroll for hours. We wait for the right moment. We tell ourselves, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow has never promised itself to anyone. Time, real, living time, doesn't wait. It doesn't ask permission. It moves forward whether you move with it or not. And that's the danger. We think we're standing still, when in reality we're falling behind. Every second you waste, somebody else is working. Every hour you spend complaining, somebody else is improving. Every day you doubt yourself, somebody else is stepping into their destiny. Your time is your currency. You can't print more of it. You can't borrow it. You can't refund it. Once it's gone, it's gone. And the truth is, most people don't realize the value of time until it's too late. Until the dream fades. Until the opportunity closes. Until the people you love are gone, and all you have left are regrets. So I came here to tell you one thing tonight. Your time is an asset. Stop wasting it. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. If you're hanging around people who waste time, gossip, complain, and make excuses, guess what you'll start doing? The same thing. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better, not people who pull you back to being average. Protect your space. Protect your energy. Protect your time, because the wrong environment will suffocate your potential before you even realize it. At the end of your life, the question won't be, how much did you make? It'll be, how much did you matter? Did you use your time to lift others, to serve, to create something that lasts beyond you? Legacy is built by what you do daily, in the small, quiet moments when no one's watching. Make your dash count. Live with intention. Move with purpose. And when your time finally runs, time is the most valuable currency you will ever possess. Every day, you are handed a deposit of 86,400 seconds, and no matter how rich, poor, wise, or foolish you are, that number never changes. The moment the clock strikes midnight, every second you didn't use with purpose disappears forever. You can't save it, you can't trade it, and you can't earn it back. Yet, strangely enough, people treat money with more respect than they treat time. We plan where every dollar goes, but we let hours drift away like they mean nothing. The truth is, time is worth far more than money, because money lost can be regained, but time lost is gone for good. If someone took $100 from your wallet, you'd be furious. You'd guard your money more closely next time. But how often do you let people, distractions, or procrastination steal your hours? Every time you scroll aimlessly on your phone, every time you tell yourself, I'll do it later, you're allowing a thief to walk into your life and rob you of your most precious resource. You can't see the theft happening, but you feel its consequences. The regret, the anxiety, the sense that life is slipping through your fingers faster than you can grab it. Think about how carefully investors study their finances. They analyze risks, calculate returns, and make sure every dollar works toward a goal. Now imagine if you treated time the same way. Every minute you spend would be an investment in something meaningful: your growth, your health, your relationships, your future. When you waste time, you're not just being lazy. You're spending from a limited account with no refill. The clock is always ticking, whether you acknowledge it or not. Most people think they have more time than they really do. We live as if tomorrow is guaranteed, as if next week, next month, next year will wait patiently for us to get our act together. But tomorrow isn't a promise, it's a privilege. There's someone right now who planned to see another sunrise, but didn't make it through the night. So when you open your eyes each morning, understand that life has handed you a deposit. The question is, how will you use it? Will you invest it wisely or throw it away on things that don't matter? The most successful people on earth aren't necessarily the smartest or most talented. They're simply the most intentional with their time. They understand that every hour is a building block toward their destiny. They don't waste mornings sleeping in when they could be planning. They don't spend nights gossiping when they could be learning. They don't give their focus to things that don't move them forward. Because they know that time, once it's gone, never comes back. You can make more money, but you can't make more minutes. And here's the irony. The same people who say, "I don't have time," are the ones who spend it recklessly. They binge on distractions. They drown in social media. They wait for motivation instead of creating momentum. But those who respect time treat it like gold. They schedule it. They guard it. They use it to sharpen their minds and strengthen their souls. They understand that success isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you value time. Stop trading it for things that don't bring growth, peace, or progress. Every minute you waste in fear or hesitation could have been used to build something powerful. So guard your time like your future depends on it, because it does. Be mindful of where you spend it, who you spend it with, and what you spend it on. Because one day your account will close, your seconds will run out, and all you'll have left is the legacy of how you spent your time. Discipline is the quiet force that separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the unseen power that turns potential into purpose and ideas into impact. Talent will get you noticed, but discipline will keep you there. Motivation may start the fire, but discipline keeps it burning long after the excitement fades. Every great destiny is built, not in moments of inspiration, but in the long, hard, unseen hours of consistent effort. The difference between those who reach their goals and those who give up isn't always intelligence or luck. It's discipline. Discipline means doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up when the alarm goes off instead of hitting snooze. It's showing up when it's inconvenient, staying focused when distractions whisper your name, and refusing to quit when the journey gets heavy. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not supposed to be. It's built in silence, in sacrifice, in repetition. It's forged in those moments when you're tired, when no one's watching, when your body wants rest, but your spirit says, "Keep going." That's the bridge, the crossing point between who you are now and who you're destined to become. Most people wait for motivation before they move. They say, "I'll start when I feel ready." But the truth is, feelings are fickle. They come and go like the wind. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel, it demands action regardless. Motivation may push you for a day, but discipline will carry you for a lifetime. The athlete trains even when it rains. The student studies even when it's boring. The entrepreneur works even when the results are slow. That's how destiny is shaped, not in one grand moment, but in thousands of small, disciplined choices. Every day, life offers you two paths, the easy road and the disciplined one. The easy road feels comfortable. It asks nothing of you. It promises rest, but it leads nowhere. The disciplined road demands sweat, sacrifice, and self-control, but it leads to greatness. The truth is, you can't have both comfort and destiny. You must choose one. Discipline is the price you pay for success, and it's non-negotiable. Without it, dreams stay dreams. With it, even the impossible begins to look attainable. Look at anyone who has achieved something extraordinary: athletes, artists, leaders, inventors. And you'll find the same foundation beneath their success: discipline. They practiced when others partied. They focused when others were distracted. They said no to the temporary pleasures that could derail their permanent purpose. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. You will fail, you will fall. But discipline means getting back up every single time and trying again. That's how progress is made, inch by inch, day by day. Discipline also demands self-control, the ability to manage your emotions, your time, and your energy. It means not letting laziness win, not letting excuses take over, and not letting doubt define your actions. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're building a bridge toward your destiny. Every time you push through resistance, you strengthen your character. And character is what destiny is built upon. People often admire success, but ignore the grind behind it. They see the trophies, not the training, the applause, not the pain. But the truth is, discipline is lonely. It often requires you to walk alone, to say no when everyone else says yes, to sacrifice temporary joy for long-term fulfillment. Yet, that's where transformation happens. Destiny doesn't come to the comfortable. It comes to the committed. Discipline is the great equalizer. You may not be the smartest, fastest, or strongest, but if you are disciplined, you will outlast those who are. Because discipline is not about speed. It's about endurance. It's about waking up every day with the decision to move forward, no matter how small the step. Destiny isn't reached in leaps. It's crossed in steady, disciplined strides. So when the road feels long and your energy runs low, remember this: every act of discipline is a brick laid on the bridge to your destiny. Keep laying them one by one, because one day you'll look back and realize that what once felt impossible is now your reality, all because you refused to stop walking that bridge. Life will always give you two voices, one whispering for pleasure, the other calling you toward purpose. Pleasure says, do what feels good right now. Purpose says, do what's right for your future. Pleasure promises comfort, but purpose promises meaning. One fades quickly, the other lasts forever. The people who achieve greatness, who leave impact, who live fulfilled lives, are not those who chase momentary satisfaction, but those who choose purpose even when it costs them comfort. Because the truth is, comfort never creates change, and pleasure never produces progress. We live in a world addicted to instant gratification. Everything is built to make us feel good quickly. Fast food, fast entertainment, fast recognition. But the things that come fast often leave just as fast. Pleasure gives you a temporary high, but it also leaves you empty, always craving more. It's a cycle that keeps you busy, but never fulfilled. Purpose, on the other hand, takes time. It's slow, sometimes painful, often lonely, but it's real. Purpose demands patience, discipline, and faith. It doesn't give you the easy way out. It gives you the meaningful way forward. Choosing purpose over pleasure means saying no to what's easy so you can say yes to what's eternal. It's waking up early to work on your dream instead of sleeping in for comfort. It's studying when everyone else is out having fun. It's saving when you'd rather spend, training when you'd rather rest, creating when you'd rather consume. The path of purpose is not glamorous, it's gritty. It's filled with sacrifice, doubt, and resistance. But it's also where growth lives. Pleasure gives you moments of happiness. Purpose gives you a lifetime of fulfillment. Many people mistake pleasure for peace. They think that feeling good means they're doing the right thing. But real peace doesn't come from pleasure, it comes from progress. You'll never find lasting peace by chasing the next distraction, the next indulgence, the next temporary thrill. Those things numb the pain for a moment, but purpose heals it for a lifetime. Purpose gives you direction. It reminds you that every sacrifice, every moment of discomfort, every hard choice is building something bigger than yourself. Pleasure makes you reactive, purpose makes you proactive. Pleasure makes you chase the next moment, purpose makes you create it. When you live for pleasure, you live at the mercy of your impulses, controlled by feelings, trends, and desires that shift with the wind. But when you live for purpose, you take control of your life. You stop chasing what everyone else is chasing, and you start walking your own path. You stop asking, "What do I want right now?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming?" That shift changes everything. There will be days when purpose feels painful, when the sacrifice seems too heavy, when you'll want to trade the long road of discipline for the short road of comfort. That's when you must remember, pleasure may feel good in the moment, but it will never satisfy the soul. Purpose may feel hard in the moment, but it will always strengthen the spirit. The people who build empires, raise strong families, write timeless stories, and change lives are those who kept walking the road of purpose when everyone else stopped to rest. Purpose asks you to delay gratification, to suffer now so you can celebrate later. It's the athlete training in the dark for a moment of victory under the lights. It's the artist failing again and again until the masterpiece finally comes alive. It's the student studying late into the night because the dream is worth the struggle. Purpose turns pain into preparation. It transforms endurance into excellence. Pleasure will tell you to quit when it hurts, but purpose will remind you why you started. The world will always try to sell you pleasure. It's easy to sell, easy to want, easy to waste. But purpose can't be bought. It must be built. It takes courage to chase something that won't pay off right away. It takes vision to say no to now in order to say yes to next. But that's where true fulfillment lies, not in the fleeting comfort of the moment, but in the eternal satisfaction of knowing you lived for something greater than yourself. Purpose is what gives pain meaning, what turns ordinary days into destiny, and when you choose it over pleasure, you don't just exist, you truly live. Failure is not the end, it's the ignition. It's the spark that lights the fire within those who refuse to be defined by defeat. Every great success story is stitched together with threads of failure, moments of rejection, disappointment, and heartbreak that became the very fuel for greatness. Failure hurts, it embarrasses, it humbles, but it also teaches, strengthens, and shapes. The difference between those who stop and those who soar isn't the number of times they fail, it's how they use their failures. Some let failure burn them, others let it build them. The wise turn their pain into power, their setbacks into stepping stones. The truth is, no one escapes failure. Not the dreamer, not the genius, not the hardest worker in the room. Everyone falls, everyone makes mistakes, but only a few understand that failure is not a wall, it's a mirror. It reflects who you are, what you need to improve, and where your strength truly lies. When you fail, you are handed a choice. You can see it as proof that you're not good enough, or as proof that you're trying, learning, and growing. Failure is never final unless you quit. We live in a world obsessed with perfection, where people show their highlights but hide their hardships. We scroll through images of success and forget that behind every victory lies 100 unseen defeats. The athlete missed countless shots before scoring the game winner. The author faced piles of rejection letters before writing a bestseller. The entrepreneur lost money, friends, and sleep before building something that mattered. Failure is not a curse. It's the classroom of success. It's where character is tested and resilience is formed. What failure does best is strip away the illusions. It reveals who truly wants it. When everything goes wrong, when doors close, when plans fall apart, that's when your real hunger shows. Failure asks, how bad do you want it? Because those who want it enough will stand back up, wipe off the dust, and go again. Each time you fall, you're not starting over. You're starting wiser. You learn what doesn't work, what needs to change, what strengths you didn't know you had. Failure gives you something success never can: perspective. There's a fire that comes only from failure. When you've tasted defeat, success becomes deeper, more meaningful, more earned. You no longer take wins for granted because you know what it costs to get there. Failure builds humility. It teaches gratitude. It makes you appreciate the climb. And sometimes failure redirects you from the wrong path to the right one. What you thought was rejection was actually protection. What looked like a dead end was just a detour. You can't always see it in the moment, but looking back, you'll realize every fall was pushing you toward where you were meant to go. The world tells you to fear failure, to avoid it at all costs, but the truth is, failure is inevitable and necessary. It's how you sharpen your edge, how you develop endurance. If you never fail, you're not challenging yourself enough. You're playing it safe, staying in the comfort zone where nothing grows. Failure stretches you. It introduces you to parts of yourself that only rise when everything else falls. Every stumble is a lesson. Every loss is a teacher. Every scar is a story of survival. When you look at the most powerful, influential, and fulfilled people in history, you'll find they all share one thing in common: they failed forward. They refused to let failure define them. They used it as motivation to go harder, learn faster, and believe deeper. They understood that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Without it, you can't appreciate victory. Without it, you never develop the endurance to carry greatness. So when you fail, and you will, don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Face it, feel it, then use it. Let it remind you that progress is messy, that growth hurts, that real strength is built in the ruins of what didn't work. Let failure light a fire in you so strong that quitting becomes impossible. Because every time you rise after falling, you become stronger than the version of yourself that fell. Failure is not the end of the story. It's the fuel that keeps the story going. The people and places you surround yourself with determine the direction of your life more than you realize. You cannot rise higher than the environment that holds you. Energy is contagious. Mindsets are contagious. And if you stay in a space filled with negativity, laziness, or doubt, you will absorb it without even noticing. That's why protecting your environment is not just a suggestion. It's a necessity. You could have vision, talent, and ambition, but if your environment doesn't support your growth, your potential will suffocate. Just like a seed can't grow in toxic soil, your purpose can't thrive in a toxic atmosphere. Every day, you are being influenced by the people you talk to, the music you listen to, the content you consume, and the spaces you live in. These things shape your habits, your emotions, and your beliefs. If you constantly hear negativity, you'll start to think negatively. If you surround yourself with people who complain, you'll start complaining too. But if you spend time with those who encourage you, challenge you, and hold you accountable, your standards rise. That's why it's so important to be intentional about who and what you allow into your space. Your environment can either feed your fire or extinguish it. There's an old saying that goes, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future." That's more than just a cliche, it's truth. You can't expect to grow if everyone around you is comfortable staying small. You can't expect to chase big dreams while spending time with people who only dream of getting by. Growth requires friction. It requires challenge. If your environment doesn't push you to stretch, to think bigger, to improve daily, you're standing still. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to distance yourself from the people who don't believe in your growth. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. Protecting your environment also means protecting your peace. Your mind is a garden, and every thought that enters is a seed. If you let negativity, gossip, and drama take root, your peace will wither. Protect your mind by being mindful of what you consume. Every song, every conversation, every show you watch, every post you read is either planting life or planting poison. Choose carefully. Sometimes peace doesn't mean silence. It means removing yourself from the noise that keeps you distracted from your purpose. You must also protect your physical environment. The space you live and work in reflects your state of mind. A cluttered room often mirrors a cluttered mind. Keep your surroundings clean, organized, and intentional. Fill your space with reminders of your goals, quotes, photos, notes that speak life into you. When your environment supports clarity, your thoughts follow. When your environment inspires you, you move with direction. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that not everyone can come with you. Some people are meant to be part of your history, not your destiny. The higher you climb, the thinner the air gets, and not everyone can breathe at that level. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. It means you stop letting them limit you. Growth requires space, and sometimes you have to create that space by letting go. Protecting your environment is about honoring your potential, not about disrespecting anyone else's comfort. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas, not gossip. Spend time in places that fill you with energy, not drain it. Listen to voices that call out the greatness in you, not the fear in you. Protect your dreams from small-minded conversations, and protect your spirit from environments that make you forget who you are. Because the truth is, no matter how gifted you are, if you stay in the wrong environment long enough, you'll start to shrink to fit it. You are not meant to adapt to toxic spaces. You are meant to rise out of them. Protect your environment like your life depends on it, because it does. Your peace, your focus, and your destiny are all shaped by where you plant yourself. Make sure it's fertile ground. One day, your name will be spoken for the last time. Your picture will fade, and the world will keep moving. The question is not if you will be remembered, but how. Legacy is not built in a single moment of fame or achievement. It is carved into time through the choices you make, the people you touch, and the difference you leave behind. Leaving a legacy is not about chasing recognition. It's about creating impact. It's about living in a way that outlives you. Every action, every word, every moment becomes part of the story that people will tell when you're gone. The real question is, what story will that be? Too many people live only for the moment, focused on comfort, applause, or material success. They chase things that lose value with time instead of building things that grow in worth. But legacy is not about what you have, it's about what you give. It's about the lives you change, the hearts you lift, and the examples you set. You don't need to be famous to leave a legacy. You just need to live intentionally, knowing that every small act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every decision made with integrity echoes far beyond your lifetime. Legacy begins the moment you decide that your life is not just about you. It's about something greater, something that will continue after you're gone. The teacher who inspires a student to dream, the parent who raises children with love and strength, the friend who stands by someone in their darkest moment. These are the builders of legacy. You may never see the full reach of your influence, but it spreads like ripples in water, touching people you may never meet. Legacy is not measured in what you leave in your bank account. It's measured in what you leave in people's hearts. To leave a legacy, you must live with purpose. Purpose gives meaning to your time and direction to your energy. It makes you ask, what will my life stand for? Will people remember you for what you took or what you gave? For how hard you worked or how deeply you cared? For how loud you spoke or how sincerely you lived? True legacy is not built through noise. It's built through consistency, humility, and authenticity. It's built when your private actions match your public image, when your values guide your choices, even when no one is watching. Every generation stands on the shoulders of the one before it. Someone sacrificed, someone worked, someone believed so that you could stand where you are today. The best way to honor them is not by merely existing, but by building something for those who will come after you. Legacy means breaking cycles that hold people back. It means creating opportunities where none existed. It means planting trees whose shade you may never sit under. Legacy is about leaving the world a little better than you found it. But legacy is not about perfection. It's not about never failing or never falling. It's about rising again and again, about showing courage in the face of fear and compassion in the face of cruelty. The most powerful legacies are born out of resilience. People remember not that you never struggled, but that you never gave up. They remember that you kept your faith when life tested you, that you stood for something when others chose silence. Legacy is forged in those defining moments when character is stronger than circumstance. Every day is a chance to add another line to the story of your life. Each decision is a brushstroke on the canvas of your legacy. The way you treat others, the way you chase your dreams, the way you handle adversity, all of it leaves a mark. And one day, when you're no longer here to speak for yourself, your actions will do the talking. So live in such a way that your absence will still inspire others to live better, love deeper, and dream bigger. Because legacy isn't about how long you live. It's about how deeply you live while you're here.